What up, 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 what up? What's good, people? What is up? What is they went from the fourth level of hell and sent us down to the seventh level of hell. Why? Because then you got Kwanzaa pulling out her titties. The whore pulled out her titties. And these whore bags over here started feeling and fondling on her tits. What?
I don't have it to do with you. Girl, you can go over there, rant and rave. Girl, you can shake all your rainbow bright hair all you want, dear one. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I don't have nothing to do with you, and I'm done. Baby, you can scream my name from the rooftops from now till Jesus come back. I'm done after this.
Introduced to Tick's meat. Do you see what I see? Did y'all really hello, casting, wardrobe, y'all let him roll up out of wardrobe with these fans on, giving us all of this, thinking we were not going to see it? We have been waiting with bated breath and anticipating all season long for the slightest glimpse, and y'all just put it out there this episode in all of its magnificent glory.
Listen, that young man said, baby, you ate on this first date, you giving up the cooch on the first date, okay? Well, you gonna run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. That's our new theme song. That is the new song. Listen, somebody need to put a beat to that. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. This what y'all got going on.
Called out Sandcastle. Sand, bitch. Ow. Oh my God, it was so funny, girl. Ooh, baby, listen, let me tell you something. This shit started to turn into the precursor for some gay porn. That's what I thought it was. Because Big T is getting all, the voice starting to go deeper and get a little more wet and moist and sentimental and all this shit. And it was real gay at this point. Like, I thought the bitch was gonna stop. I thought Lil Murder was gonna turn Big T around and do him like he did Uncle Cliff and do the grease it up with City Lou and ran right in there. It's not a coincidence that Big T started off the conversation by trying to find out if Lil Murder was fucking Mercedes, which he found out he's not. It's also not a coincidence that he would start talking about prison. Why? Because the bitch was probably fucking in prison. Uncle Clifford, you better go get your man. Big T got plans for that. Well, he had it on look like something Big Bird vomited up or something like that. Like, I did not like it. That Big Bird couture he was going for, it did not work. Like the pastor of a gay mega church on Easter Sunday. Okay, it was way too much sequins. He had on way too much makeup. Baby, his face looked like Iyanla Van Zandt's neckline. Okay, just way too much makeup, clumped in everywhere on his face. Get it together, sweetheart. And you're a big girl, so that gives you a whole lot of canvas. So that was a whole lot of makeup, honey. Yeah. Rico looked like he was auditioning to be one of the three kings, or he was auditioning to be the main character on Jesus Christ Superstar. Girl, Wayne, did you have on a blue thong or a blue G-string or something? If you did, I want to see it. Get me up in my DMs. I do want to see if you have some blue thong or blue, Joshua or something like that. I'd love to see it. Anyway, but I liked it with the turtleneck. Now, Troy. Hello. 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 How the hell are you? Welcome to Run Your Mouth. I am L Teddy 27. I am here today to do as we do Monday through Thursday, which is to give you all of the news, politics, stories of the day, give you the rundown, break it down like only we can. It is indeed my hope that you are having a marvelous Monday. I indeed am certainly hopeful that you are having yourself a wonderful, magnificent Monday. Well, yeah, we're going to get in and get out. We have a lot to discuss today. Oh, my God. We have so much going on, as you can probably imagine. But we're going to get to it. We're going to get to it. We're going to get right down to it. We're going to make it do what it do. And then we're going to get up out of here. All right. So, hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. That's the door. Hold on. Hold on for a moment. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. I hate when I get packages while I'm live because that means that I can't open it until I'm offline and because I don't know what it is. Um, and it might be something that's not safe for YouTube. So you never know with me. I could have been to order anything, child. If it is what I think it is, yeah, I might not want to open that on here. Anyway, we are here and we about to make this thing happen. Go ahead and do what you do. Hit the like button, share the video out, and all of that good stuff. Um, hey Tracy W. Hey Jocelyn. Hey Ravine. What's going on? Hey Catherine Powell. Bama girl, what is up? Hey Yolanda Morgan. What it do? What it do? Tamra, how are you, my love? It's good to see you. Hey, Cassandra. Jason, what's good, bruh? Crazy homebody girl. It's so good to know that you have your face in the place. Universal Goddess, my love. What's going on? We gonna have to steal away one of these weekends, Universal Goddess, and go to brunch again. Me, you, and Tanya, and the rest of the Atlanta delegation. I keep telling you that one of these weekends when I'm actually home. Yeah, it probably should have been this past weekend because I was actually here. Anyway, we gonna make it happen. Hey, Janae, what's going on? Demetria, we were waiting for you. You know we wasn't gonna get started without you, Demetria, and we're glad that you're here. Hey, Miss Shorty B, what's up? I did say now. See, Tracy W. I said hey to you. You were the first person that I said hello to, Tracy W. Where were you? I said hello to you first, and then second was Jocelyn. Y'all see what I got to deal with? Can somebody tell Tracy that I already said hey to her? Where were you, ma'am? Uh-huh. Where were you at? Look at her. Hey, China Wyatt. I have to go where? I don't do the cold, honey. I don't. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. Right. Ben took attendance. Hey, Antonia. Child. Look at her. Look at her. Hero. Hero. Hey, hey. Hey, hey. What's going on, Harold? Hey, Bama girl. Hey, Miss E. Hey, Cymera. Hey, C Golden. What's going on, my love? Child, you see how she tried to come for me? Tracy know I love her. Tracy W. And now Tracy C over there trying to get me to go to cold places. Knowing I am not from the cold. I don't like the cold. I do not enjoy the cold. And I ain't trying to be one, I'm not trying to be one with said cold. Nevertheless, she trying to get me to go places that's cold. Mm. If you find me somebody to keep me warm, then I might go. I need somebody to keep me warm. Mm. And then there's that. Anyway, let's get this party started. Put a Shondo in the chat. Let me know y'all ready to get this party started. So, hey Cajun, and yes, the field trip has been announced. Let me hold on. Let me drop the link to the flyer, which is changing. I'm glad it's a dynamic flyer and not a static one, because with a dynamic one, then as things change, you'll see the respective changes. But we already have secured Friday night. We found out that Friday night's performance, Ty's drag performance is literally around the corner. Like Tracy and I looked at it. Ty's performance is literally around the corner from the spot where we're having our meet and greet on Friday night. So that works out. It looks like we'll probably be going to Harlem Saturday for our uh, um um brunch. Saturday night, we're going to a Broadway play. Sunday, we're doing the beach. Sunday night, we'll have the Last Supper. And then Monday, we'll carry our asses home. Some of us, at least. But for those people who need information, we do have hotels on that flyer. We do have some hotels that you can some options for hotels that we found in the area so that you could be right there. I did not create the Discord. Thank you for reminding me, Tracy. I'll do that when we get off of here today. You got to remind me, Tracy, though, but I'll do it when we get off here today. So yeah. Just want to make sure I got everything. C Golden, I got your request. Request granted. There you go, C Golden. I'm excited, y'all. Listen, if it's 2 of us or if it's 200 of us, I'm gonna have fun. And stop. Yes, dynamic and static. How are we making sure that we go to the places at the same time? Because we have times listed on that flyer. There are times listed there. hmm We actually have locations and things. We'll start to put the addresses and things like that in there. But we actually have times and things. I can't control where you stay, but I can tell you what time we will be meeting and things like that. So yeah, we try to keep it together. We try to we have try to have a good itinerary. I see more of you all are requesting access. So let me do this while I'm here. I don't want to I don't want to we're still finalizing the place for Saturday's brunch, but we know where the we know what beach we're going to. It's going to be Gunnison Beach. We're taking a ferry to there. Now, if you don't want to take the ferry and you want to drive yourself and you want to do that, be our guest. We put how long it takes to drive over to Gunnison Beach, but we are going to Gunnison Beach. Um um we'll be there from 11 until 4, so we'll probably depart at about 10. So as Tracy knows, I'm somebody who am very particular about making sure that we have plans and stuff like that. So we are getting it together. We still have some time, but August 7th through the 26th is the date for that. I'm excited. Um, if you have not done so, you can request access. I put the link in the chat. Tracy or one of the other hall monitors, Tracy W, Jason, not Tracy W, Tracy C, Jason, and some of the other hall monitors. They will drop that link periodically for those people who want Harold and those people. They'll drop Demetria, all of the hall monitors. They have the link, so they'll make sure that they drop it as needed. All right. With that being said, we are ready to get this party started. All right. So, what did I just do? Stupid Elton. Okay. All right. So, let's go ahead. So, we're starting with our 2026 primary season. Okay. Um, let me see, make sure I missed nothing. Hey L Sid, I don't even think I said hey to you. Hey L Sid. Mm. So, um, well, they're talking about us maybe going to the sex museum during the day on Saturday. We try not to put too much on the official where we're going to be, but that gives you time to frolic and be a part. Whatever you want to participate in, you can, and whatever you don't have to. Terrence is going to be there, him and Janae, because if they're not, I'm going to go stalk them in California. So I knew Mr. and Mrs. Green will be there. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Now, if I could get Terrence or Janae to invite one of their friends that was in the wedding, a couple of the friends to New York with us. hmm that might be a thing. Terrence, Janae, some of y'all friends. Hey, Ajoba, that was down to the wedding. Can y'all get some of them to come? I'm sure we'll have a good time. If you get them to come, I'll get them to come. Oh, oh, we gonna have so much fun. Yes. We gonna have so much fun. Uh, it don't matter that they are they don't discriminate. Whether they're together. These things can happen whether or not you with somebody or not. I'm just saying. Grr. Where Terrence at? Terrence, I need you to bring the friends. Well, they got friends for me and for you, actually. And Terrence got some cute military friends too. I ain't gonna hold you. Terrence friends that's in the military, that's from the military. They real crude. They real crude. What, Harold? Don't do me. You don't know me or my pain. You don't know what I've been through. You don't know me. You don't know what I've been through. Hey, Savon. But hall monitors, drop the link to the document for the periodically, like maybe on the half hour, every half hour, drop the link to the video. I mean to the document so people can go and start to look at it, and so they'll have information. But it's going to it's going to be epic. It is going to be epic. We're going to have such a good time. Tracy, C, and I are working on hopefully what will be something real nice and special for the Last Supper. We got to work on that, Tracy. I'm going to work on that this week, Tracy. I'm going to work on that this week. Me and you, Tracy, we're going to work on it this week. Anyway, so yes, we're excited. Class field trip, August 7th through the 10th. Get your calendars ready. Go ahead and take your time off. Prepare yourself. And we're going to make it do what it do. We're going to have a good time. A good time. Yes, a good time. Wait, what happened to the soda? No, this is supposed to be at the bottom because hold on. See, let me do this. See, this is why I'm okay. There's that. Right. So those are your activities during the day, and then when we get here, we have the Broadway play, and that's gonna be at 7 o'clock. 8 o'clock. Yes, sorry, at 8 o'clock. Okay, there we go.
Now we're cooking with fish grease. All right. So I'm excited. Hopefully you are excited. And we're gonna make it do what it do. Y'all know my anal retentiveness. I'm over here making corrections as I see them on this thing because the English teacher in me likes to correct things. Okay. So that's that. We're ready to go. It's time for me to talk primary season. Hey, say Vaughn. Who else came? My shorter flower guy has family. Oh, the short one was the cute one too. That was the light bright. All of them was a little light skinned too. You know what I'm saying? Even though Terrence had one of his military friends that was real dark skinned, the one that was kind of tall, that was skinny with the dread. I think he had dreads or braids or something like that. He was dark skinned, real dark skin. He was cute too. You got to bring your little sister, Janae. Oh, I had so much fun with your little sister. You got to bring your little sister, Janae, because we had a good time. Uh, uh, um, I'm just saying, hey, Miss Baythang, is you coming? Lock Queen, is you coming? Hey, Lock Queen. Hey, Complex 613. Is it? Wait. Let me remember. Dark Light 79. Is that Complex 613? I think that's Complex 613. I could be wrong because I be forgetting people's names on Twitch. Anyway, y'all, we got a lot to talk about. I'm doing an active threat assessment of the US of the New York City area for the future. Unfortunately, as we all know, see, that's why we have our security personnel who's giving us intel. Terrence is gonna be security, making sure we have intel. Hey, butterfly, you have been in the bushes. I'm glad you out the bushes. Okay, that is Complex 613. I thought I was right. Thank you for coming out the bushes. There's ants in the bushes, and you get bit by ants and stuff. We can't have you getting bit by ants and stuff. You know what I'm saying? When you in the bushes, that's where the ants be at. They bite you and stuff. Anyway, y'all, we supposed to we listen. We're supposed to be over here already into the dossier, and we are all so excited about the red moon. I thought the red moon was tomorrow night. Is the red moon tomorrow night, Antonio? I thought red moon was tomorrow night. Well, thank you for coming, Deborah Martin. Y'all show Deborah Martin a good time. Y'all give Deborah Martin a hearty shondo. Tell her we glad to have her. We like new people. We like people who are new here. Now, Deborah, let me give you the heads up. When you're new here, this is what you got to know. You might not get us on the first day. So you got to stay a week, okay? You got to be here a week. And once you here for a week and you say, okay, you still, even if after a week, you be like, I don't know if I get those people, you got to give it another week, okay? If you don't get us after the first week, you got to give us another week, okay? Sometimes it takes time for you to get all of our inside jokes and to get all of our references. So you got to give us a second week. The only disclaimer, Deborah, or is it Deborah? Sometimes I say Deborah. But the only thing is you cannot sit next to one of my hall monitors, Xavier Myers. Now he's not here yet, but you'll know Xavier when he gets here. He's one of our old hall monitors too, but you know he sometimes our new people. It takes you about 6 weeks before we let you sit next to Xavier. You'll know Xavier when he gets here. He's our Gen Zer. And right. He's our resident member of Gen Z. And he's a little firecracker. Bama girl said it only took me a day. I guess I came in at the right time. You got to give these disclaimers sometimes. Anyway, y'all, we're ready to get this party started. It's a lot of news, a lot of politics going on, and we want to make sure we get to all of it. Want to make sure that we have you all abreast and aware of everything that is going on right now. Okay, so we want to make sure we do that. So let's start properly. We will start um hell, sis, I still can't sit next to him. Okay. You know, Xavier is in the right place, but you know, when you first come over here to the corner, y'all know this the corner that they send you to. When you first come to the corner, you can't sit next to Xavier. That's just like on Really B channel. I don't think she let you sit next to me as a moderator over there. I don't think Really B allows people to sit next to me when they first come to her channel. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Hey, Jay Parrish, what's going on? All right, so let's really get started now. Let's really get started. But welcome, Deborah. Deborah Martin, we're so glad to have you here. Go ahead, sit down, have a seat in one of the open desks in the front of class. The hall monitors, they have blue hall monitor sashes. You see them in the chat. They'll direct you in the right place and they'll help you and things like that. They'll help you get ingratiated to our wonderful bunch here. So let's talk primary season now. We have 3 primaries going on tomorrow. Okay, we have 3 primaries going on tomorrow. We have this great state of Texas going on tomorrow with their primary. We have the great state of North Carolina having a primary tomorrow. And we have Arkansas. Now, I by no stretch of the imagination want you all to think that I have given up on Arkansas. Arkansas is much heavier of a lift. We know there are blue hotbeds of Arkansas that can be that can be, you know, we can make some movement on, but it's going to take us some time it's going to take us a few election cycles for Arkansas. We know we have a huge black population in the Pine Bluff area of Arkansas. We know we also have another large, huge population of black people in the Little Rock area of Arkansas. There are scatters of black rural populations, but I don't know that it's enough to infiltrate or make movement in some of those other rural areas in Arkansas. But we know we can make some traction in the Pine Bluff area. We also know we can make some traction in the Little Rock area. Arkansas, I believe, has three members of Congress. Let me make sure. Of I think Arkansas has 3. Let me make sure. Arkansas has 4, excuse me. So they have 4 members of the House of Representatives. They have 4. All 4 of their members of the House are, hey, Uncle Jay, what's going on? All 4 members of their members of the House are Republican. So, like I said, I think it's going to take us a couple election cycles. However, we can turn up the vote and turn up the numbers to let these people know not to take us to not to take Arkansas vote for granted. Also, Arkansas Democratic voters and those people in the Arkansas area that want to see some change, when they start to see bigger numbers in the primary, what will happen is you'll get much stronger candidates and people who have a better chance of infiltrating that red wall that you all have in Arkansas. Arkansas, their governor, all of their legislature, well, I shouldn't say all of their state legislature, but their state legislature has a super majority in both the House and the Senate with Republicans, and all of their members of Congress, and meaning the House and the Senate on the federal level, are all Republicans. So what we have to do is we have to put some real teeth into this, get out and vote, let them know not to take your vote for granted, and then we'll start to get some substantive and credible candidates. All right. Hey, Tawana, what's going on, pretty lady? Tawana's my pretty chocolate queen. She was looking so good down to the cruise. And when we go on the next one, Tawana, are you coming on the field trip in New York? I think you had said may have something to do. We still trying to get you to come to the field trip in New York. Anyway, but let's go over to Texas and North Carolina. Now, in terms of Texas and North Carolina. The one thing I can say is Texas did outdo itself. Let's start in Texas. Texas did outdo itself in terms of early voting. And we have to take a couple things into consideration. This is not a presidential election year. This is a midterm election. We know traditionally midterm elections have a smaller voter turnout or a lower voter turnout. So, seeing the numbers that we see here, is a good sign. I will say that it is a good sign. As of me checking earlier this morning, in terms of early voting in the great state of Texas, they had uh, 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 um there had been 1,000. I'm sorry, not 1,000. 1,503,212 votes cast from Democrats in early voting, and then 1,279,805 votes from Republicans in early voting from Texas. And that their early voting cutoff Friday. Friday at 7 p.m. was their cutoff, 7 p.m. local time, which is promising. Okay. This is very promising. Very promising. Okay. Um, so we will now, and that is, I should say, that is without the count of many. That's not an exhaustive number. That is without the count of many of their rural counties. These numbers are counting from some of the larger metropolitan areas. So we're talking Harris County, Dallas County, some of the suburbs of Dallas and Fort Worth, Travis County, where Austin is, Bexar County, where San Antonio is, Tarrant County, where you have Fort Worth and Arlington, the suburbs of Houston, the I-35 corridor suburbs, places like Killeen and things like that. El Paso is on that I-35 corridor. Not El Paso. I said El Paso. Waco. I'm sorry. Waco is on the I-35 corridor. Also, that includes El Paso. That includes Beaumont, Texas, Jefferson County. That includes Corpus Christi, with Webb and Nueces County, which includes Corpus Christi and Laredo. We're also talking about the Lower Rio Grande Valley. So all of these areas um, are represented in these early vote totals, but there are still 229 counties that are mostly rural counties that their votes have not come in yet. So like I said, this is a much larger turnout than we had in the 2022 um primary, and this bodes really well. And let me say this: in the 2024 Democratic primaries, the total early vote in the 2024, meaning a presidential election year, the total early vote from Democrats in the 2024 primary election was less than 1 million. It was 967,503 votes. And the early vote election count right now for Democrat side is 1,503,000. More than 500,000 more people voted in early in this primary than did in a presidential year primary. So these are great numbers, but we know we're not done yet. We know that tomorrow is election day for the great state of Texas. Get in line early. Hey, Montrez, what's good, bro? Get in line early. Hey, Fran. Hey, Sharice. Um, Now, you have to get out. Tomorrow is election day. While these early vote numbers look great, it's not going to do us any good if those other people that have not yet voted don't get out there and vote. If you're going to vote, let's do this. Now I can't tell you what to do. I don't know how your work schedule works out. Me personally, if it's an election day, I take that day off. I take a sick day. I take a personal day. Because I'm not going to play with myself. I'm not going to play with myself. I'm not going to play with these people. I'm not going to let my job tell me, you gave me these personal days and these sick days. I'm taking them. So please, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you what I do. And the reason that I say that I do that is, remember, these people are trying to suppress the vote. They're going to make it harder. If you notice, in Democratic led areas or blue areas, they tend to have fewer voting machines. They try to do this stupidness. You go to the red areas, you go to rural areas that they consider red areas, and they got 50 voting machines, and they may only have 50 people in a doggone area to vote. And you go to the huge epicenters for Democratic voters, and you go in there and they have 3 voting machines, knowing good and hell well you have thousands and thousands and thousands of people that have to vote there. So what happens? Then you end up waiting in line for hour on hour on hour. There were people in some states that were saying last time there was voting that they were waiting 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours. And I'm not exaggerating. I'm not being hyperbolic. I'm not exaggerating. So please go out and prepare. Take you some. Do like you used to do your kids on a field trip. Take you take you something to eat, take you something to drink, take you a couple bottles of water, couple bottles of Gatorade. Thank God it's hopefully it's not too hot yet. It's still, semi-winter time going into spring, so it hasn't gotten too hot yet. So the weather hopefully will hold up. Hopefully it's not raining in your area. But if it is raining, take your umbrella, take your galoshes, take your ponchos, do whatever you have to do. Do whatever you have to do. Now we have been doing uh, 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 um, candidate profiles here. Well, we have profiled candidates here so that you can make informed decisions. We've given websites that you can go to. Where's Tracy C? Tracy C, or one of my hall monitors. Can y'all put the link to Ballotpedia in the chat? Put the link to Ballotpedia. Go in with if you can for me, please. One of the hall monitors. Go in with a plan. If you go to ballotpedia.com, you can actually insert your address, and it will show you your ballot before you get there. We've gone through this before. It will show you your ballot. It'll show you all of the referendums that are on the ballot. It'll tell you what a yes vote and a no vote means on that. It'll show you all of the people running. You can click on each one of the candidates and get a candidate profile for that particular candidate. It will give you all of that information. Thank you, all monitors, for putting that in the chat. Please go. Please be informed. What Texas, what you all need to do is you need to negate the fact that they have tried to gerrymander that state. Make it where it backfires. That's what we need to do. Now, let's go over to the great state of North Carolina. I didn't want to just give you Texas. I did want to give you North Carolina as well. Because we also have North Carolina that has a primary that are having their primaries tomorrow. Now, let me look at these primary numbers for North Carolina. I had it. Now, on this as of this morning when I check, there was around 9% of the registered voters in North Carolina had gone out to vote. The exact numbers, where are my numbers? Excuse me, sorry about that. So the exact numbers say that of the Democratic voters, 711,990 had early voted. That 711,990. No, that's total. I'm sorry. That's Democrats, Republican, and unaffiliated. That's the total number. You had 296,034 votes on the Democratic side, 200,384 votes on the Republican side, and then 215,431 on the unaffiliated voter side. Now, that is up. That represents 9.23% of the vote. That is up from the 2022 midterm primaries, where they had 8.03% of the vote, which represented 225 votes, meaning it is up from the last midterm election. It's just shy of the primaries in the 2024 election. The primaries in the 2024 election saw 9.36 percent of the voting strength come out. So just shy around the same amount. But it's not over yet. So in North Carolina, you as well, North Carolina, it's a lot of black people in North Carolina. A lot of us in North Carolina. We're talking all of y'all in Greensboro, all of y'all in Raleigh, all of Raleigh, Durham area, all of y'all in Chapel Hill, all of y'all in Charlotte, all of y'all in the military over there in Jacksonville, all of you all in Asheville. There's a lot of us in North Carolina. No reason that we should not have a huge turnout in North Carolina. Huge turnout in North Carolina. Now here's the deal. As we're talking, let me say some of y'all, some other people came in. Hey, Chef Don, I ain't see you slide in here all the way from who else done slid up in here? Hey, Precious Jewel. Hey, boo. Um, Texas already votes weird, so yeah, let's make sure we do it. I'm just looking at what y'all had to say. Tomorrow would be nice, so y'all will be all right. Yeah, it should be a good day to get out there. The weather should play nice. Don't be discouraged. Right, don't be discouraged by the line. Stay in line. That's what they want you to do. Yes, please go to Ballotpedia. That is our source of truth. Thank you, Tracy C, and thank you, Demetria, for posting that in the chat. And Ballotpedia can show you what the ballot looks like before you get to the polls. Hey, Yana. Hey, Lovely 31 Blueprint. Oh, okay. Please go out. Please. Y'all know the assignment. Yeah, don't Fayetteville, Fort Bragg. It's a lot of us in North Carolina. Now, here's the deal. Here's the implications that is going to come from this election, this first primary. Here's the big implications from this first primary. Texas is a huge state. Texas is what, the second largest state in the country? I think Texas is the second largest state in the country, okay? North Carolina is the purplest of purple states. So both parties are looking to these results in North Carolina and in Texas to make decisions on where they're about to put money. I ain't gonna hold you. They are going to make decisions from both parties about where they will spend their monies. And so what you need to do is, this is the time where you as an area can flex and say, yeah, don't think you can forget about us. We matter and our elections here matter. And so that's going to determine where money gets spent. So That'll change how you see the Democratic Party move. That'll change how you see the Republican Party move. A lot of people going to be following that Jasmine Crockett, James Tallarico primary. As of this morning, James Tallarico was leading in the early votes on the Democratic side, and Ken Paxton was leading on the Republican primary side. Just giving you that. That's the latest, because that's a very heavily contested, and that is a race that has really become a national race. That Texas Senate seat. We know John Cornyn and Ken Paxton are the front runners on the Republican side. They are battling it out. John Cornyn done spent almost $50 million just on the primaries. Ken Paxton we know his checkered history, and so forth. On the Democratic side, we know we have James Tallarico and we have Jasmine Crockett. We gonna let y'all, as a voter, be informed. Vote how you align and with whom you would like to vote. I've already given my opinions on certain things. So, but yes, please be informed. Please vote your conscience. Now, I will have full results coming Wednesday on Run Your Mouth. We will have a full breakdown of the results as they see fit. Hold on. All right. So okay. All right. So please, ma'am, please, sir, do your duty. Vote. It can be a matter of life and death. It can absolutely be a matter of life and death. But we'll have a full breakdown on Wednesday of results coming out of Texas, coming out of um, Arkansas, and out of North Carolina. And then a week from tomorrow, Illinois, it's your turn. Illinois, it's your turn on March 10th. So we got to keep this momentum going. So that's our updates from the 2020. I know I spent a long time on that, but we have some very important elections coming up in the next 2 weeks. So we want to make sure that we do what we need to do and stay on top of that. And with that being said, sorry, that was early. Ladies and gentlemen, non-binary, gender-conforming members of our audience, I bring to you the late, great Larry Myers to help us usher in our Sugar Spike segment.
Oh, God. You see, this is the part that I like.
Major sugar spike.
So loved the world, I want to fight. That he gave, his only begotten son.
Major sugar spike.
And who shall ever believe?
Major sugar spike.
They shall not perish, but have everlasting life.
Taste the biscuit.
Jesus! I wish somebody help me.
Jesus. Thank you, Larry. So they put a link in the chat. That last link that Tracy put in the chat. Let me see if I could put it back in the chat. The last link that Tracy put in the chat was for the information on the field trip, so you can get information on it. It has the information. It has some hotels that you can lock that you can lock in. It has some hotels that you can choose from. It has an itinerary there as well. Hey, Karen. So just go ahead and request. If you submit a request for that, I'll share the document with you. Just click that link and you can request access to it, and it'll have information on there that we have so far. We're excited, Tawana. We expect to see you there. So, as you all can probably imagine, there's so much to talk about with this war with Iran. Yes, we are at war with Iran. We are. We are absolutely um at war with Iran. Chef Don Don says it's only 4 days left to vote for the Starry Awards. Vote for me if you if you feel like I'm worthy of the award. Go vote for me. I'm in two categories. Um, so well, hey, go vote. Anyway, um, you don't necessarily have to RSVP. I'm not putting those type of parameters. Everybody, you just need to book your hotel. You just need to book your hotel or let me know. I'm going to set up a Discord hopefully tonight. So starting tomorrow, I'll have the link on the to the Discord on that sheet on the file. I have a link to it. Probably I would say by 8 o'clock tonight, you'll see the link to the Discord on that sheet. And you can join the Discord that way, and then you can let us know that you're coming. So, because I don't want to control where people go, how they, and all of that stuff. So, yeah. Anyway, so that is matter of fact. Let me, y'all know my OCD, right? Y'all know I need to as things come to my mind. If I don't do it, then I will forget. I will forget because my mind be having a lot of things going on, and when my mind have a lot of things going on, I have to take care of it then. All right. So, yes, there's a lot going on. We are still at war with Iran. Let's call this what it is. These are people who are some of the dumbest dick fucks ever that have now lodged us into this war, and there's no timeline for us to be out of it. None at all. They thought it was going to go one way. They just knew it was just going to go. They thought they were going to be able to do like they did with Venezuela, get in, get out, and it be over. Right now, the death toll is 6 members of our military have been reported. I stress reported. 6 members of the U.S. military have been killed in this war. That's just what's been reported. Let me say that again. That's only what's been reported. Let me repeat that a third time. That's only what's been reported. Again. I'm going to stress that again. That's only what's been reported. And I'm not laughing at the death of our U.S. service members because I think it's a tragedy. But what I am saying is I don't believe these people. I genuinely don't believe these people. Now, Pete Hegseth, he got at the podium today. Hey, DPG. He got at the podium today and shot his load. here's what here's what he had to say when questioned when doing a briefing about this here war.
With maximum authorities. No stupid rules of engagement, no nation building quagmire, no democracy building exercise, no politically correct wars. We fight to win, and we don't waste time or lives. As the president warned, an effort of this scope will include casualties. War is hell, and always will be. A grateful nation honors the 4 Americans we have lost thus far and those injured. The absolute best of America.
So what he's saying is, damn your rules, damn international law. We're not trying to give them democracy. We're just going in there to just blow some shit up. Now, let's be clear. This started with them not even telling the Gang of 8 that this was going to happen. The Joint Chiefs of Staff told them, this ain't it. Y'all don't want to go in here like this. This ain't what you want to do. It ain't going to go the way you want it to go. And yet, these people in their hubris, here we are. Hall monitors, let me say hall monitors before we even get deep into this. Hall monitors, walk the halls heavy, okay? Y'all know what that means, hall monitors. Walk the halls heavily today, hall monitors. Y'all know what that means. You don't even need to ask me no questions. Walk heavy. Walk heavy today, hall monitors. Do what you do. Y'all do what you do. All right? Don't ask no questions. Don't ask no questions. Now, let me say this. These people were stupid enough to think that by killing the Ayatollah, Khamenei, that that was going to end this all, and they could just go back to business as usual. That's not how this works. This is Iran. Iran is about 3-4 times the size in terms of geographic area as Iraq. And when we were in Iraq, that was a fucking dumpster fire. And we have more capable, smarter people in positions of power. Iran is 3, 4, 5 times the size of fucking Iraq. Not to mention, there are some 93 million people that live there. Iran, excuse me, whether or not you want to admit it, controls the Strait of Hormuz. The Strait of Hormuz is where 25% of all of the oil for the entire world comes from. Even when you try to hit Iran with ballistic missiles, drones, and the other things, it takes some time, depending on where you're going, 2.5, 3 hours for the missile to get there. This ain't what you thought it was. They're saying that if you're not in the the Iranian military, notwithstanding, not including the Iranian military, the regime, the IRGC regime has some upwards of 800,000 military personnel ready, waiting, and willing to fight whenever. That doesn't include the Iranian military. The listen, I just don't. The IRGC are the people who were backing the Ayatollah Khamenei, right? So you killed Ayatollah, right? The supreme leader Ayatollah. You kill all of the, quote unquote leaders of the regime, but and then you had the nerve. This is how idiotic these people are. They had the nerve to say, yeah, members of the IRGC joined forces with the police. Did you forget that these are the people who were backing the supreme leader? And those are the people who you're calling on to help try to end this? Okay. This is how idiotic this is. Now, what happens? Iran says, yeah, we're here for it. Here for all of the fuck shit. Because we know this is Benjamin Netanyahu's war, right? This is Benjamin Netanyahu's war. He's wanted this war for more than 3 decades, as long as some people in this chat have been alive. If you go look up the story of Benjamin Netanyahu first came when he was a part of the parliament of Israel, and he said that Iran was going to have the ability to have nuclear weapons within a few years. He was like 2 to 5 years they'll have weapons when he was in the Israeli parliament. He then wrote this book that became what was the name of that book that he wrote about terrorism? Somebody will remind me. He wrote that book back in like 95 and said it again. The man has been preaching this over and over and over again. That was more than 30 years ago. And they still don't have any nuclear weapons because it was all a rouge, a lie. Shall I remind you that President Barack Hussein Obama, 44th president of these yet to be United States of America, negotiated a nuclear deal with the very same country that you are saying you're afraid of them having nuclear capabilities? Make this shit make sense. You tore up the freaking nuclear deal that was negotiated in good faith, that they were following, that we had people going in there, inspectors and people going in there to check. There were sanctions on Iran and all types of things, right? Now let's be clear. The Ayatollah Khamenei is a horrible, or I should say was a horrible dictator. Awful. Responsible for atrocities all over the place, all over the globe. I am not going to let that go not said. However, hey, Xavier, what's going on, Xavier? We were just talking about you earlier. We love you, Xavier. Love, love, love. Listen, if we thought that Iraq was bad with Hussein, that Libya was bad with Gaddafi, if we thought if Afghanistan was an abject failure, these people don't know what they're doing. This stands to be exponentially worse than all of those other failures. Exponentially worse. And what's happening now? Because you thought Iran was just gonna bomb them real fast, kill their supreme leader, and it was gonna be over. Iran says, okay, we're about this life. They start bombing. Oh, you thought you were going to get away unscathed? You thought your Iron Dome was going to help you, Israel? Bitch, get some. Because the Iron Dome doesn't seem to be holding up against the drones over in Israel. Oh, yes, Israel is taking fire from Iran. It is. Oh, Saudi Arabia, UAE, you bitches are complicit with these whores? Well, get some. Oh, y'all thought y'all little escape and hideaway for all of the rich billionaires would get away unscathed? Dubai, get some. All you little fancy world's largest buildings and great hotels and things, bitch, get some. Here we are. Oh, you little precious U.S. bases all over the Middle East, y'all can get some of this shit too. Oh, your little precious Strait of Hormuz, get some too, because oil isn't the only thing that goes through the Strait of Hormuz. It's a good part of it, but let's be clear. So you now, what happens is any ship that was inside of the Strait of Hormuz uh, lost all of its insurance. So if that ship burns to the ground, if that ship gets bombed, it doesn't have any more insurance. So those are possibly millions and millions and millions of dollars down the drain. You also, because they've closed and shut down the Strait of Hormuz, you also have probably hundreds, maybe even thousands of ships waiting somewhere around there to get in there. And guess what? They become sitting ducks. And those same insurance companies are debating on whether or not to take their insurance from them. You think this wasn't going to affect the global markets? Oil prices have risen across the globe. But here we are. Here we are. Well, they're saying most people who have real knowledge are saying the next supreme leader won't be Khamenei's son. It'll be another religious leader. There are a couple of names that they're floating out there, but they're saying it'll be somebody that comes on one of the clerics that is a more of a religious leader, and they'll become the supreme leader. That's what people who are familiar with the situation are saying. This has the potential to be very public loss, worse than what we've seen. Yeah, yeah. Every president wasn't down with this dumb plan, but this dummy was the only one who decided. Here we are, because he wants to be seen as this, He wants his name to live, whether or not it's in infamy or not. He wants to be known for something, I guess. Okay, here we are. He's been talking about this going back to the Daddy Bush administration. Iran is the U.S. Is the U.S. of the region. They have the capability to fund proxy groups. They have special forces units that is a combination of CIA and special forces. It's not going to end well. And let's be clear, when you have something like the Iron Dome or air security systems and things like that, they have there's not infinite stockpiles of missiles that they can use to shoot down. If the Iranian government says we're sending thousands of missiles a day, you do understand that the missiles that we use for air defense has to come from somewhere. You also forgot that you gave Israel a whole bunch of this shit so they could commit a genocide in fucking Gaza. And Gaza is a grain of sand on the beach compared to the size, scale, and scope of Iran. If y'all, because this is what, notice what they're doing. What they're doing is they think they can handle Iran, like they did Gaza. Go in there, bomb a whole bunch of stuff, and it's going to be over. Gaza is just a few miles long and wide. Iran is fucking huge. Do you know how big Iran is? It's fucking huge. You can't just go in there saying we're killing women, children. Let's be clear, we're already committing war crimes. We know about the girls' school that right now, I think the last check, they were at 170 plus people that had died, most of them little girls. We've already saw them bomb hospitals, schools, and because they said they did that in Gaza because that's where Hezbollah was hiding. There's no inclination that this is where anybody's hiding in Iran. They're just doing this because for them, they think that if they kill children and women, that'll make people stop. No, that just makes you a war criminal. That just makes you a sociopath and a psychopath who doesn't give a damn about the humanity of people, unless they're rich white men with billions of dollars who align with your Judeo-Christian ideologies. I'm just saying, these people that are running this country are some of the dumbest bitches on earth. Pete Hegseth, I told y'all way back last year, he nuts in his clothes every time you mention the word war. Why do you think they changed his title to the Secretary of War and the Department of Defense and shit? So the Saudis now, oh yeah, y'all are involved. Qatar, yeah, you get some Qatar. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. And now Israel has now bombed Lebanon and Beirut. So now we have full scale unrest in the Middle East. This is a regional war now. This is not just a war on Iran. This is a regional war. They bombed the airport in Dubai, which is the largest airport on the earth, and there were more than 20,000 people stuck in the Dubai airport. Mm-hmm. 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 We're talking something that could evolve into a full scale world war. Now, somebody's going to say, well, Iran can't take on all of, if U.S. allies come. Iran has the backing of Russia and China. China's oil comes from where? Iran. Who's also backing Iran? Russia. You think they can't get Russia and China to come together? If we had a full scale World War III, you really think Russia and China wouldn't want some parts of this? Now I was doing my homework. They said China had already stockpiled about 100 days of about 100 days of oil in their stockpiles that they were looking to because they already knew that Donald John was with the fuck shit. So they had China had already began stockpiling oil. So they already got 100 days of oil stockpiled, anticipating that some fuck shit like this would happen. Um it's just a mess. Just a mess. Just a whole fucking mess. It's a complete and entire shit show. Yeah, just a parking lot. A fucking parking lot. Now, some experts, and kudos to my boy, Malcolm Nance, who, if you don't know who Malcolm Nance is, he follow him on YouTube. He's on YouTube, Substack, Instagram, everywhere. Malcolm Nance is a former U.S. spy, worked for the naval intelligence for many, many years, heavily involved in the Middle East, and he and some other experts in the area have been doing daily updates on it, which I have been going to watch, which are quite intriguing, and I am loving it. Kudos to him for giving a lot of sound and updates to it, because these people are stupid as hell. But literally, this this is going. That's why they had to come back. At first, they were saying a few days. Now they're saying 4 or 5 weeks. Baby, this is going to be. If you're about this, like, there's no backing out now. There's no putting any more toothpaste in the tube. Okay, we're fucking fully here now. We could talk. If you thought the war on terror, the war in Iraq and Afghanistan was long, and that was well over a decade long. That was well over a decade long. This is far worse. Look at him. Look at him. Yeah, they done bombed Qatar and Saudi and UAE. Listen, Oman, which generally stay out of it, they stay neutral. People don't bother Oman. They done landed bombs over in Oman. They say, yeah, everybody can get some. Fuck that shit. If you ain't going, if you ain't on our side, you with them. Fuck that. Even Oman done took some fire over there. Have, because they know we got military bases over there. It's a fucking shit show. It's a goddamn shit show. It's a goddamn shit show. Now, we're talking about the fact that gas prices can and will go up. They've already gone up globally. It's probably in the next day or two that you'll start to see it affected in our gas prices here in this country. As at the moment now that we've closed the Strait of Hormuz, yeah, that's a problem. hmm hmm Who's to say now? Who's to say that Iran might say, "Oh, y'all got all these ships parked over here in the Strait of Hormuz, billions of dollars worth of oil. Let's bomb that shit. Get some." Why the fuck wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they? Like, this is the dumbest plan. They don't have a plan. They said, "Oh, we're just gonna kill the Ayatollah and then let the Iranian people figure it out who they want." That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. That is not how any of this works. And then they said, well, maybe the IRGC will work with that. The IRGC was with the Ayatollah. But here we are. Because y'all thought y'all could, do like Israel did Gaza and just bomb everything and get people. And you still haven't gotten Hezbollah to surrender in Gaza. But here we are. They say over in the Middle East, the price of private jets is skyrocketing because people doing everything they can to get the hell out of Dodge. After they done bombed the airports in Dubai, Doha is next. They bombing everything. It's a fucking shit show. Stock markets all over Europe down. Stock markets over in Asia down. Here we are. Here the fuck we are. Lebanon, Israel decided they're gonna bomb Lebanon, so Lebanon said, "Well, let us get into it too." They firing drones at Israel as well. So now you got Iran firing drones and ballistic missiles and so forth. You now have Lebanon right next to Israel firing some. The Iron Dome, the air defense mechanism system, was not designed for this. But here we are now. I'm going to say something that's going to seem hyperbolic and far-fetched, but we're in hyperbolic and far-fetched times. I'm going to say something that sounds hyperbolic and far-fetched, and it's not hyperbolic or far-fetched. Now, these people, meaning your president, your DefSec, are about to be wholly embarrassed, right? Do you not believe? Do you not believe? Do you not believe that they don't have the balls to do the unthinkable? What's the unthinkable, L. Teddy? That's a great question. Somebody in the chat is going to put what the unthinkable is, because please don't think that these fucktards are beyond that. Please don't believe that. They have the stupidity to do the unthinkable. Oh no, I'm not talking canceling elections. I'm talking about exactly, Ravine. Please don't believe that that it is out of the scope and range of imagination to believe that these people won't do the unthinkable. You do know that the only country in the history of mankind to drop a nuclear weapon is the United States of America. The only country to drop a nuclear bomb on someone is the United States. Do you really think these people are not beyond that? Do you really think that these people are not beyond that? They're already killing children, civilians all over Iran. They don't give a damn. Remember, they just murdered tens of thousands of civilians in Gaza. There's 93 million people living in Iraq. Do you think they give two rats' asses? Here we are. And what is the other side doing? I'm so glad you asked. I told you this was an Israeli war. I told you all this is something that is in Benjamin Netanyahu's wheelhouse. I told y'all he wants a war because he needs a war. He needs Israel to constantly be at war in order for him to stay in power, because he's a fucking criminal. He's not only a war criminal, he is a criminal in his own country. He has committed countless numbers of crimes in his own country, which is why he disbanded what their equivalent of the our Supreme Court is. And if they are perpetually at war, it keeps him in power. Now, do you believe that Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries, who have told us they care more about protecting Israel than they care about protecting the United States, do you really believe that they're going to do anything to put up any resistance to what we have going on? Why do you think that the Democrats are falling in line? You had Mark Kelly that was on with Meet the Press yesterday with Kristen Welker, who, when she asked him would he vote for a war powers resolution, he was like, well, I'd have to look at this. Wait a minute. Now all of a sudden, because this is full-scale war, even if you were waffling on whether or not Venezuela was a full-scale war, this right here is full-scale unabridged war, right? And so y'all had lost y'all minds, Democrats, when the situation with Venezuela happened, right? Because, oh, we need a war resolution, a war powers resolution and invoked and so forth. Y'all were foaming at the mouth, right? Senator Mark Kelly out of Arizona, foaming at the fucking mouth. But now that this is Iran and y'all's boys from Israel are involved, and AIPAC that lined your pockets with millions and millions and millions of dollars, right? Now all of a sudden it's well, we just need them to come and give justification for it. Oh, we don't need a war resolution, war powers resolution. No, because you got Thomas Massey and Ro Khanna ready to put that on the floor, and they're going over there trying to talk them out of it. They're already saying Hakeem and Chuck are trying to talk Thomas Massey and Ro Khanna out of putting a war powers resolution on there because they know AIPAC, Benjamin Netanyahu, and the Israeli government does not want them to do that. So you willfully allow the president and the DefSec to violate the Constitution, to use the Constitution as fucking toilet paper. And you go radio the fuck silent on it. And but I want the shit to come to the floor. I want to see a war powers resolution come to the fucking floor of Congress so these people can vote and we can see with our own eyes. Because I already know how these people are. But some people in the electorate need to see that these bitches don't give a damn. I guarantee you Hakeem Jeffries does not vote for this. I guarantee you. These bitches, so there's absolutely no opposition power at all. Here we are. Here the fuck we are. Here we are. Here we are. Now, there was a whole shooting over in Texas yesterday that they are now saying that they linked to the war over in Iran because the man who they say committed the murder, the shooting is 53-year-old Indiaga Diagni, according to the DHS, Department of Homeland Security. And they said that he's somebody that they're investigating, probably has ideations about the war and is siding with Iran and things like that. We don't know. They're still investigating. But yeah, there was a shooting yesterday in Austin at a restaurant. A gunman wearing clothes with an Iranian flag design and the words, quote, property of Allah, end of quote, killed 2 people and wounded 14 yesterday at a Texas bar. And that was in Austin, Texas. Now they shot and killed the gunman who had a pistol and a rifle. But now they say the shooting happened outside of Buford's backyard beer garden just before 2 a.m. And they said that's over along 6th Street. Now I know that's over in Quake, our girl Quake. That's in her area. So they're saying he could, could have been triggered and stuff like that. They're getting the porn money, child. Well, they're still investigating. We'll monitor the situation. And then, as if we were not already in Bizarro world. As if we were not already the fuck in Bizarro fucking world. We're in fucking Bizarro world. We're in fucking Bizarro world. Why? Because your president, yes, has done unprecedented, right? What's unprecedented? I'm glad you asked. Melania Trump has now made history by presiding over a UN Security Council meeting. She is the first spouse of a world leader to do so. Oh, you think I'm lying? You think this wasn't real? You think it's AI? Here's the video.
Good afternoon. The 10,113 meeting of the Security Council is called to order.
I don't remember electing a porn skank whore. I don't remember, that person being elected. I don't remember the fact that we signed up to have a porn skank whore represent these yet to be United States of America. Oh, it gets better. The UN Security Council meeting was on children in conflict. This comes just a day and a half, 2 days after you murdered hundreds of children. You targeted a children's elementary school where a bunch of little girls were attending schools. You murdered, yes, you, Melania, and your husband. And you have the nerve to preside over a meeting to discuss children in conflict? Are you fucking kidding me? So the demagoguery of this country, it's next level. It is. You have fucking Melania Trump, the wife of this president, now presiding over the UN Security Council. Here we are. And you know what? The irony of all of this, right? The irony. Should I shouldn't say this. I should not. You don't say it, El Teddy. Do not. Y'all tell me. I need y'all to tell me not to say what I'm about to say in my head because it's insensitive. I should probably not say what in my head. Y'all don't come here to hear me say what's in my head. It's insensitive. It's crass. I should probably not say it. The irony of these people to say that they have a problem with people not knowing English and wanting to English to be the official language of these yet to be United States of America, and yet you have this whore who barely knows the language and barely speaks English as the representative of a country where you are wholesalely accosting people, murdering people, putting them in jails and concentration camps for not being able to speak the Queen's English. And this is the skank whore bitch that you have up there who we American English speakers can barely understand. She's your representative. The irony of it all. The irony of it all. Last time I checked, we even have to have the ambassador to even the ambassador to the United Nations has to be confirmed. Has to be confirmed. But this whore bitch, I cannot. I cannot. I cannot. I cannot. I cannot. Where are we living? God be with us. Lord. I just Larry, the people say they need you again because they are spiking out.
Oh, God. You see, this is the part that I like.
Major sugar spike.
So loved the world, I want to fight. That he gave his only begotten son.
Major sugar spike.
And shall ever believe
Major sugar spike.
they shall not perish, but have everlasting life.
Taste the biscuit.
Jesus! I wish somebody help me.
And then there's this. And then there's this. I cannot. I cannot. So that would be Ken Paxton, whose name you'll see on the ballot in the Republican primaries for U.S. Senate tomorrow in the great state of Texas. Oh, yes. He said that it's not enough that back 3 years ago, Texas Senate Bill 14 went into effect, which made it illegal for any medical professional to use puberty blockers, hormone therapy, and surgeries for adolescents through surgical treatment for gender dysphoria in the great state of Texas. Right? Now, he says it's illegal for mental health providers to help assist kids in transitioning. Not doctors, that not surgeries or hormones. He's saying, yeah, even therapists or mental health providers. No. He said, quote, any radical facilitating the transitioning of our kids is committing child abuse. The law is clear that these radical procedures are illegal, and in no world should Texans' tax dollars be used to permanently harm children. This opinion should send a clear warning that there will be consequences for any medical professional, whether a doctor or a therapist, who is illegally transitioning Texas kids. End of quote. And that's coming from the Attorney General. He's the one who gets to interpret the Texas Constitution and law and decide what is going to be prosecuted or not. Here we are. And you think if it makes it to the courts in Texas that they won't agree with him? This is the Fifth Circuit. And the Fifth Circuit is what, class? Where democracy goes to die. In other news, let's stay we in Texas. Might as well stay in Texas then. Here the fuck we are. Here the fuck we are. The Texas State Board of Education voted 8-6 to approve revisions to the state's new Bible field curriculum after identifying more than 4,000 mistakes, issues, and problems. The corrections range from factual errors to punctuation errors to image licensing and even copyright issues. Here's the problem. The mistake-filled textbooks are already in circulation in classrooms in the great state of Texas. Meaning, the first part is the alarming part. There are thousands of factual errors in these textbooks. There are licensing issues. There are copyright. Just a fucking mess. I shouldn't even go to the fact that there are hundreds of punctuation and grammatical errors in the book that you are going to place in classrooms where children are supposed to be taught about punctuation and error. What the fuck? Texas. In other news, oh, we're talking education. Well, then there's the fuck this. Since we're on the topic of education, yes, your Department of Education, which is run by a raging lunatic who has no dealings with education, but ran a profession of fake wrestling, who also turned a blind eye when dozens of children were molested, sexually assaulted, and raped. That woman runs your United States Department of Education, right? Well, on the side of the building that houses said U.S. Department of Education, you now have Booker T. Washington alongside the likes of Charlie Kirk. I mean, Catherine Beecher, who was a pioneer in the education of women across the country. Booker T. Washington, like him or love him, pioneer in the education of black people in this country. And then you have Charlie Kirk, who's a raging racist who felt that black people were stupid and not as educated, who felt like women should not have a right to education. Even went as far as to say Martin Luther King was one of the worst people in American history. Did. Went as far as to say that women's brains were wired differently and they couldn't be as intelligent as men. You have him hanging alongside these two. I just want to make sure we that you understand that the people are clear on who they are promoting. They're very clear. They're very clear. Here we are. Here, because he's one of your, empowering our states to tell the stories of our heroes in American education, because Charlie Kirk, I guess, is a hero. Here we are. Here the fuck we are. I don't know who Gary is, but I'm Gary. Go see one of the hall monitors. It was nice having you here, though. In other sugar spiking news, now Dawn Staley normally would not even make it to the sugar spike segment. However, Dawn Staley is concerned and she's asking for prayers right now. Three of her former players are playing internationally, and they play on international basketball teams because women basketball players, WNBA players, don't make enough money, so they have to go play for other countries because other countries pay their women more than women are paid here in these yet to be United States of America. So as we went to war with Iran, she has been working behind the scenes to help three former South Carolina Gamecocks players get out of Israel because Israel is no longer a safe place. She went on Instagram and on her social media asking for prayers for Tiffany Mitchell, Micaiah Herbert Harrigan, and Destiny Littleton, who are currently overseas playing. And she asked for prayers due to the tensions in the Middle East now. Mm-hmm. She wrote on X, formerly Twitter, quote, "Please pray for our Gamecocks." And she added them who are in a war zone in Israel. We are working a plan to get home. Let us pray for our loved ones to return home safely. Thank you in advance. End of quote. I know somebody that's stuck in Dubai. They went on vacation in Dubai. They can't get out of Dubai, and they are afraid for their safety. So this is now permeating into sports. It has now become unsafe to travel anywhere because of these people. Here we are. In more sugar spiky news, because the sugar spikes just continue to happen. We are just as spiky can be. Yeah, they're gonna be stuck for a minute. Well, Kennedy Center President Rick Grenell said that the Kennedy Center honors will go on, even though the Kennedy Center is temporarily closed. He said, yeah, the Kennedy Center honors will go on. However, they're going to change the name, and it will be rebranded with Donald Trump's name. He said that the Kennedy Center honors, which have been around longer than I've been alive, will now be called, quote, the Trump Kennedy Center honors, end of quote. Just thought you should know. In other sugar spiky news, because that's what we're doing today, we're spiking the fuck out, because that's what you do on a Monday after a long weekend when you're at war. Kudos to Lyft, the rideshare company Lyft. We talked last week about how Kansas was revoking the driver's license and voiding the driver's license of transgender residents in the great state of Kansas. Under that, Republican backed law that they have over there. The rideshare company Lyft is offering people affected by this a discounted ride. On Saturday evening, Lyft posted on their social media, quote, "If you live in Kansas and need a new way to get around, use code TRANSJOY, all one word, TRANSJOY, JOY, for 50% off a ride this week," end of quote. And they put a pink heart and a trans pride flag emoji. They said that it's valid this week through March 9th, up to $10 total discount while supplies last and are limited. I mean, it sounds good, but you're only doing it for a week, and these people could be without driver's license for a long time. I guess I applaud your effort. Uber, y'all gonna join in on this? In our last sugar spiky story of the day, and I know it's been spiky, so we may have to do this woman tomorrow. We're gonna save you for tomorrow, ma'am. This is the mayor of a city here in these yet to be United States of America, specifically in Louisiana. Her son caught her having sex with his 16-year-old friend, and she's the mayor of DeRidder, Louisiana. Child, we'll get to you tomorrow, ma'am. But yeah, her son caught her having sex with his 16-year-old friend. A mess. Just a fucking mess. We'll get to you tomorrow, ma'am. We'll have this type of time. It's time for our video breakdowns of the day. It's time for we have several because I knew we would be real spiky today. So we need to these video breakdowns to help us cleanse the palate and get on to better things. Here's the first video breakdown.
What's the most ridiculous injury that made you laugh later?
Pomegranate juice bottle stuck inside the rectum as a foreign object. I'm looking at the x-ray. I'm saying, sir, what is this? And he just saying, palm. I'm like, palm? He said, palm bottle. I was like, oh.
So you had to go in there and retrieve it.
But my thought was, I'm going to use some forceps to unscrew the cap. I'm going to pierce through the seal, let the juice run out, float a Foley through the mouth of that palm bottle, inflate it, and then try to use it as traction to pull it gradually out. As soon as I get the cap off, no seal. It's just paper, and then rocks start to come out. I said, sir, what's in this? He said, gravel. He done turned it into a paperweight. And so now it's gravel and glass inside his rectum. And so, yeah, he went to the OR at that point. Rode all the way here in the car, hit every pothole, no discomfort.
Is that why he went to the ER?
That is why.
Who put it there?
A mess. A goddamn mess. A goddamn mess. Like, why do y'all be sticking this shit up y'all assholes? Like, oh, dear God. Here's our next video breakdown.
Well, hey, members of the nigger race, we have some new problems in our community that we need to discuss. Yeah, there's a new common enemy. My cousin was like, I need you to...
Wait, before I go further, why we got to be the nigger race? Ma'am, can you just not say hello, brothers and sisters, my fellow black people? Why we got to be the nigger race? Why, God? Can we just be people? Why we got to be the nigger race? You don't even know me like that. But let's continue.
To make a video shaming my husband. I said, whoa, that's between you and that man. And I was in the wedding. Would I look like shaming my cousin-in-law? Then I saw the video.
To my grits eating community, I know there's a lot of talk about whether sugar or salt goes on grits. We need to put that aside. We have found a new enemy. This nasty man. Remember, you put ketchup on those grits on the screen. You're going to hell. You are absolutely going to hell. That is the most despicable thing I've ever seen in my life. And you're going to go to hell. God is not going to bless you.
Code red. The niggatry meter. It's off the charts. Who will save us? Somebody call the real Israelites. Where's Uncle Phil? Ayanla, please. I sat up in that wedding ceremony and I heard that man ask, if anybody here objects, speak now and forever hold your peace. Had I known, I would have objected. The levels of pure, unfiltered niggatry needed to take a whole bottle of ketchup, shake it up, and squeeze it like knuckle squeeze it, figure eight it onto your grits, mix it up, put it in your mouth, chew and swallow. He must be stopped. Sugar, salt, and pepper, shrimp and catfish and, you feel me? No matter how you consume your grits, we must agree that this is the line, right? Surely this is the line. I fear this shame is well earned. Next Christmas is going to be so awkward.
Let me tell you something. As much as I believe sugar and grits makes you MAGA, there's no category for people that put ketchup in grits. There's no rightful place except for the 9th level of hell for anyone that does this. I don't eat, I'm a person who does not eat condiments at all. So, first of all, I don't even have a place in my world for ketchup to begin with. But the concept, I let people eat their ketchup on their fries or their burgers or whatever. Go with God. If you like condiments, go ahead. But you're talking in grits, we cannot be friends. I'm sorry. There's a special place in the 9th level of hell. Like, I would have just slapped the plate out of his hand. We would have just been fighting. Because that plate would have been on the motherfucking ground. Because the moment you squirted that shit, bam, we knocking the plate on the ground. Because, we're not going to, you done ruined the grits anyway. Might as well finish it up by throwing the motherfucking plate on the fucking ground. Who taught you this? Who made you people? Like, I'm just trying to understand. Who made you people? I mean, I really thought the sugar and grits people were diabolical enough. I cannot. Let me move on from that. I cannot.
We're not kink shaming, but we are.
In some instances, we should. Wolf.
Before we get into this, y'all, I saw this and I have so many questions. So I'm going to play the video, but I'm going to tell you before we even start, if you thought the last video was bad, oh, this is worse. Way worse. And I have so many more questions. Here's the video.
We're not kink shaming, but we are.
In some instances, we should. Wolf bagging. To have anal sex with a person who, prior to the deed, has swallowed a piece of raw bacon with a length of string attached to it. One end of the string hangs out of the mouth of the anal recipient, and as the moment approaches for the anal giver, he yanks the piece of string, causing the other person to vomit up the piece of bacon. During vomiting, the muscles in the anus become tightly clenched, causing an amazing sensation for the anal giver.
I genuinely don't know what to say there. That can't be real. That can't be true. That's got to be a myth.
If you need to do that, you're not doing the basics.
I think we need to strip it back and just honestly just all go back to missionary for a year. Honestly. I think there's too much going on now. So they pull it out their arse with a teeth?
No. It's not there. In the bottom is something else, more normal.
That's absolutely disgusting. That is absolutely disgusting. We're not kink shaming, but we are.
In some instances, we should.
Yeah.
And I think in that instant, that is disgusting.
I have so many questions. Who decided raw bacon? Wait. Why am I swallowing raw bacon? First of all, why does the bacon have to be? And who decided bacon was the thing that you were going to swallow? Right? But if you're swallowing it to be pulled out, doesn't that mean that you don't chew the bacon? And doesn't that mean that you literally have a string coming out of your throat, your esophagus, through your mouth, touching the epiglottis, out of your mouth? The string literally has to be long enough to reach to the person that's fucking you so that they can rip it out. But I feel like if you pull on this thing, it's not just gonna come up. Isn't it just gonna pull? I have so many questions. Why am I vomiting in the middle of having sex? Who came up with this? Why is there a string coming out of my mouth? What in the world? How did we get here? How did we get here? Nobody's supposed to be here. No, I no more questions. No more questions. We have to move on.
There were nights when the wind was so cold that my body froze in bed if I just listened to it right outside the window.
I follow him on Instagram. He has a beautiful voice, but he's a country singer. I follow him on Instagram, and I saw that. I said, "Oh, look at you." That's my song. Listen, now, let's be clear. That's my favorite song by Celine Dion. Let's be real clear. That's my favorite song by Celine Dion. I said, "You did that?" Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Suck It Hannah does vomit during sex. Suck it, Hannah. You thought that was a white woman? Wait, you got to see it again. Because I know everybody was fucked up like, wait a minute, where he came from? We going to play it one more time. He's a country singer, though.
There were nights when the wind was so cold that my body froze in bed if I just listened to it right outside the window.
Child. Child. I'm still reeling after wolf bagging or whatever it's called. I'm still reeling after the wolf bagging. Let's be clear. But yeah, that's I think his name is Joseph Jones, something like that. I know it's Joseph Jones. I think I got to look and see if that's his internet name, but he's a country singer. But I follow him on Instagram. I have to find his Instagram, but his name is Joseph Jones. Anyway, here's our last video breakdown.
Now I finally get to the title of the story, which says, I found a jar that my husband has been ejaculating in, and I threw it away. He got very upset with me.
That was my cum jar.
Like, I imagine the wife's being like super like, what the fuck? And everybody's just like, you know, she calls her dad and she's like, I found this jar. You found this cum jar? What'd you do? You threw away his cum jar?
You're not supposed to find that.
Hey, and you're not supposed to throw away the cum jar. In the very back, tucked away, was a mason jar that I thought was just over halfway full of kitchen grease at first, but I realized it wasn't grease. I thought it looked like semen. I made the mistake of opening it, and by the smell, I knew it was definitely semen. Disgusted, I threw it away in the dumpster outside. It had to have been my husband's, but I don't know why he would have semen in a jar. I about said why he would have a semen jar. Now, here's one thing though. I don't know if you throw it out.
Why'd you throw it out?
You question him and you talk about how weird it is before you throw it out, because that is very hard work that you just threw away in a dumpster. My husband got home and I asked him about it. He seemed very embarrassed and confessed it was indeed a jar full of semen he was filling for almost a year. I was shocked and I asked him why. He said, whenever it was my time of the month or I wasn't in the mood, he'd jerk off into the jar after I went to bed. I asked him, why not go to the toilet or use tissues or the shower or something? Why a fucking jar? Get away from me. He couldn't answer that other than saying he's been doing it since he was a kid. What? I learned it from my father and his father before him. He told me he didn't want to and asked where the jar was. I told him I threw it away and he was upset. He said it took him a long time to fill up that jar that much and now he had to start all over, and we argued about him using the jar to store old jizz in. I still don't understand why he wants to fill a jar, for fuck's sake. We argued about it, and during the argument, he opened the refrigerator, took a jar of pickles out and dumped it out and started rinsing it out and said, this is the cum jar now, cum jar. Before I knew it, I'm literally screaming at my husband about coming in jars. You got to stop. Imagine a child hears this. You got to stop coming in the jars. Stop it. Why are you coming? I'll come in all the jars. You can't. Stop. Who comes in jars? I come in jars, and I'll come in all the fucking jars. Every jar in this fucking house. I pay the goddamn bills. I'll come in as many jars as I want to fucking come in.
These are my cum jars.
Don't understand why he's so intent on doing something so disgusting, and I'm still angry about it. Update 3 hours later. My husband got home and we sat down and talked. After a lot of prying, I got him to come clean about why he comes in jars and why it's in the kitchen. I told him he can either come in jars or come in me, but not both. And he makes pancakes every weekend for breakfast, and he mixes the cum into the pancake batter and gets off on me eating it without my knowledge or consent. That's disgusting. He has been doing this regularly our entire marriage and has mixed cum and other things I've eaten and drank. I have, of course, swallowed his cum before, but this is different because he did this without my knowing. Yeah, this is nasty.
I'm staying single. I promise you, I'm staying single. I'm staying single. I'm staying single. I'm staying. I'm with you, Miss Shorty B. I'm staying single. Nope, can't do it. Won't do it. Can't do it. Won't do it. Nope. We staying single. That's it for me. Nope. Can't do it. I'm moving on. Nope. 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 I'm moving on. Nope. Zendaya got married. At least that's what La Roche said. Now, La Roche, let me ask you a question. Who said it was your right to spill 18? He was on the red carpet down to the actor awards and spilled these people tea. Said, quote, the wedding has already happened. You missed it. It's very true. End of quote. You ain't have to tell them people information. How you know they wanted people to know? You so disrespectful. I mean, congratulations, Zendaya. But if I was you, I'd be cussing La Roche the fuck out. Who the fuck told you to tell my business? I guess. Oh, you saw the wedding photo? I ain't seen none. I saw some AI photos with them, but I ain't seen. I don't know if those are the actual wedding photos. Southwest Airlines, they got an issue because this whole charging people for bag thing ain't going like they thought it was gonna go. So now they say they are, quote, refining, end of quote, a few aspects of their new seating policy and the bags and stuff. Now they say they've been getting complaints from their longtime travelers over the recent switch from an open seating policy to the new assigned seating policy, which allows customers to pay to reserve more premium seats on the plane. Other travelers reported having new difficulties finding overhead bin space near their seats, allegedly due to early boarders cramming their luggage into the bins near the front. Southwest, how did you think this was going to go? How did you think this was going to go? Y'all like the Trump administration. Y'all went into this shit without a plan. Now everybody complaining. And now you talk about you have to refine aspects of your new seating policy. Miss me with it. I don't give a damn. Get away from me. Go with God. That's Cameron. He says Khloe Kardashian skank tried to get with him back in the day. I mean, we're not surprised. The woman is a whole. The woman craves any dick belonging to a black man inside of her. She's a whole ass dick pig. She's a whole ass dick pig for black meat. I don't care. The guy right there that you see on the right, that's Luke Cornett of the San Antonio Spurs. So apparently he has issues with the fact that Atlanta Hawks basketball team is going to have Magic City night. Now, for those of you who don't know what Magic City is the script club down to Atlanta, across over by the Greyhound station. You could get off the Greyhound, go across the street, and then you over there down to the script club, Magic City, where they allegedly have these great wings, and they wings nasty as fuck. And I got the lemon pepper ones. Anyway, he wrote a whole letter to Medium News magazine that he wanted them to publish, where he urged the Atlanta Hawks to not go through with their Magic City night. Now the Atlanta Hawks said that they're gonna have T.I. there, and they're gonna serve everybody some of the Magic City chicken wings and stuff. They're gonna have exclusive merchandise from Magic City. I mean, what you gonna have? Thongs or bras? Or I mean, what is this exclusive Magic City merchandise that y'all gonna have? Oh, they say they're gonna have a hoodie. It's gonna be a hoodie that you could buy that says Magic City and Atlanta Hawks. Okay, I mean, you don't even live in this city, Mr. Cornett. How you gonna tell these people what they need to how they need to promote things? But he said, quote, I would like to respectfully ask the Atlanta Hawks, the Atlanta Hawks cancel this promotional night with Magic City. End of quote. Well, who the fuck are you, sir? He went on to say, quote, we should promote an atmosphere that is protective and respectful of the daughters, wives, sisters, mothers, and partners that we know and love. End of quote. So you saying we don't respect the women that work down to the Magic City? It's a lot of people's daughters, wives, sisters, mothers, partners, grandmas, aunts, all of that stuff that work down to the Magic City. We love them, and we love everybody else. Who the fuck are you, sir? Who the fuck are you? I ain't got nothing to do with it. Don't look at me. I ain't got nothing to do with it. He went on. Oh, he wasn't done. He said, quote, the celebration of a strip club is not conduct aligned with the vision of the NBA. End of quote. He's talked about how women at strip clubs and in the entertainment industry face abuse, harassment, and violence at the hands of you and your teammates, because you bitches are the perpetrators of going into strip clubs and harassing these women and having violence on them and all kinds of abuse. It's y'all athletes. Us regular people, we go down there, we throw some dollars, because if we breathe on them too long, the bouncers and the security gonna tackle us to the ground and throw us out. It's you bitches that the problem, not us general public people. Leave us out of it. If the people want to go have them a Magic City night, let them have a Magic City night. Anyway, moving on. I have nothing to do with it. I have nothing to do with it. Right, we love us some scrippers. Sex work is still work. Y'all be the one disrespecting them women. It's all the athletes and shit. It don't be us regular people. It's y'all. We here for all of the strip clubs and we love strippers. Cam Newton is in the news. He said that marriage isn't for him. He said when he was asked if he would consider getting married, if he could legally marry multiple women, because y'all know he said he like polyamorism. He said, quote, no, I want to be around who want to be around me. I like volunteers. I don't like hostages. End of quote. He went on to say, quote, I like volunteers, not hostages. I want people around me who want to be around me. End of quote. So he had to reiterate that for you. If there was ever a poster child for CTE, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you your poster child for CTE. Right, Father Abraham had many sons, and many sons had Father Abraham. I am one of them, and so are you. Call him Father Abraham, call him Johnny Appleseed, call him whatever you want. But yeah. In our last story of the day, we way over time today. That is USC leading scorer Chad Baker Mazara. So apparently they done kicked him off the team. They said they said, you know, he's a problem and he's a hothead and he don't know how to talk to people. Now, that ain't what I understand the real story to be, right? Mind you, March Madness is coming up, what, next week? The real story that they don't want to tell y'all is, so on paper, they say he's a grad student and he's 26 years old. Apparently, an anonymous tipper gave a tip to the school and said he's 32 years old and is a father of 4. They said, listen, bruh is he 32 years old and got 4 kids, dude. And so now they're questioning his eligibility and all of that stuff. I ain't got nothing to do with it, y'all. I ain't got nothing to do with it. Mr. Majra, Mr. Baker Majra, if you want, you can come over here and talk to me about it. You can come lay your head on my pillow and just relax. This bed was made for you. But they announced he's no longer on the team and he's their leading scorer. I can see him being a father of 4 too. He real crude. What that meat do? If he got, he Dominican too. So he probably got a good slab of beef down there. He Dominican. Baby, listen. I'm surprised all he got is 4. I'm surprised he just got 4. I'm just saying. Who said I was offering my body? Even though I am. Who are you to judge me? Who are you to judge me? Anyway, y'all, we are that's the dossier for today, y'all. We way over time. Really be gonna choke the life out of me because Ravine finna go over there and snitch on me. But we had a lot to get to. We really had to go into detail about the war in Iran, and also we had to go into detail about tomorrow's primary elections. Please, if you get nothing from today, I need you to get from today that if you live in the great state of Arkansas, the great state of North Carolina, or the great state of Texas, that you need to get out and go vote tomorrow. Please, ma'am, please, sir, go vote. Have a plan. Demetria just put in the chat Ballotpedia's website where you can go look at your ballot now and make sure you get and make sure you get informed on what will be on your ballot. Yeah, we did have a packed dossier today, y'all. We had a packed dossier. There was a lot of stuff we had to get to. As I always say, I love y'all. I love on y'all. Thank you all for being vocal, present, and active. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for any and all contributions that you make to the channel. They're much obliged and much appreciated. I'm about to get out of here and send y'all over to Really Beam. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. And we'll break more down for you tomorrow. Please go vote, go vote, go vote. Until next time, thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. I'm out. I love y'all.